The purpose of BodyMind Evolution is to help you spiral upwards in your life, whether you're focusing on work, personal development, relationships, building a home. It all comes through you, and how you ultimately relate to that thing and what it means is going to be based on how you're feeling while you're building it. A lot of people are looking to achieve, have something which is going to help them feel what they want to feel. And it's an outcome-driven perspective where you're building the life you want and you're hoping that once you've built it, you'll feel whole. But if you're in that mode of being, then you're associating that thing as you build it with the feeling of not being whole. And so what often happens is you get the thing and you still don't feel whole because you've been practicing that pattern. On the other end of the spectrum, for people who don't have much of a vision or a sense of future purpose, being present is more difficult. Being in the here and now sounds great, sounds like the right thing, but existing present to a lack of purpose and present to a lack of becoming and a lack of confidence in the way things are going, it's difficult. Why would you want to be present to that? It's not a place we like to be. So both striving to build a future and depleting yourself in the now, and seeking to energize yourself in the now without caring for your future, are, to me, inefficient patterns, and both of them miss the integration part. When you integrate who you're becoming with loving how you feel while you're becoming it, and you can integrate your processes and the things you have to build with a love of each step, you win either way, and you'll have that North Star to pursue, but at the same time, you won't have to cling to it because you'll feel fulfilled on the way there. And all of the emotions and all of the challenges that come up won't be things that you feel so polarized against, like you have to fix them all, because it's just like something you're passing through, and you know that your direction is right, and you know that you're in the right place within yourself. So the way I approach this is through training, through some self-reflection work, and ultimately it's not about the specific parts, it's about building a body-mind practice which feels sustainable, feels generative. If you can do that and start with something that's good enough, then eventually enough good enough leads you to strive for a bit better. And then striving for a bit better then makes the idea of optimizing and perfecting things feel really good. Because rather than analysis paralysis or the tyranny of perfection, you're coming at self-improvement from a whole place where you have momentum, where you've gradually built evidence as to how well your process is going. A lot of the time, we just don't notice how well we're doing. We're so used to noticing the things that we don't like, or noticing the gaping void between where we are and where we'd like to be, that thing we're noticing expands, and we forget to notice and get really specific on the things we want more of. And where attention goes, energy flows, right? The things that we pay attention to become bigger features in our life, and we start to respond towards those things and interact with them and build them. We start to funnel our energy and our focus into them. So getting super specific on what you love and like and need from your training or from your psycho-emotional practice is where the gold is. What you need might not be what someone else needs. It might not be what the culture is pointing you towards. It might not be where the fitness industry is at. It might not be what people are talking about when they talk about self-love and all of that sort of positive psychology. For you, none of that might resonate, and that's okay. You have to find out what you need and what works. And sometimes it's unconventional. Sometimes it looks different. Sometimes there isn't a lot of social or cultural validation for it, but this whole journey is about helping you live a life of emergence, where your being process is like a live one. It's like a sprout or a flower coming up out of the earth, showing itself, absorbing the goodness. It's a spiral, it's a loop of generation and creativity. I don't want your life to feel like this constant self-referential, judging, overthinking, should I do that? Am I doing the right thing experience? Because for me, that experience and that way of living was really depleting and really eroded my self-confidence. So yeah, we want to improve, but we get to decide how. That is the crux of BodyMind Evolution. That's what I'm really hoping to share with you. And I want to make this process as simple, as accessible, and as uniquely yours as possible, so that it's an actual gift to you that really you're giving to yourself. So stay in the loop. Let's build, let's evolve, and let's find more creative, individuated ways of doing it.